Well, today Mike and I are back here at this job. We fracked this about 6 months ago, and it has been producing a ridiculous amount of sediment ever since. This filter is from 12 hours, and I've already peeled some of the cake off of it. But what it has done, because of the amount of sediment, it's actually locked the pump up. So we're going to go in today, pull the pump out, replace it under warranty, and shorten it up a little bit. Probably 20 feet, and we're going to put a sand sleeve on it and try to put some pantyhose over the pump. So just wanted to show you all that little trick, something I haven't done in many years, and we're going to attempt to put it on today, see if it helps. Okay, well, it was silted in, got me a little nervous. Me and Mike, we put a strap around it, and then we took this pitless bar right here, ran it through the strap and lifted up on it. We held enough pressure on it for about 20 seconds and it let go. So we're gonna go ahead now and rip it out. Well, we got it out, all 300 feet of it. And because she was in the mud, she was getting hot. Look at this. She's getting real hot. So it was probably this much was in the mud, and you can see how much gravel is inside of the intake of that pump. It actually looked like it started to suck in the plastic. So it's a lot more gravel, a lot more grit than I would have assumed. I figured it would have been caked up mud, kind of like this stuff here, because this is what I'm getting in the filter. But okay, we're going to shorten it 20 feet. It's not something I typically recommend doing, but the old pump I think was in there at 275, and then when we redid the system we put it in at 300 because the well's 330. But the well I think is 27 years old, and we fracked it back in May. So maybe there's 30 foot of sediment in the bottom. I'm not really sure, but I recommended to the homeowner to drill it deeper, to set back up on top of it, cut it to like 400 foot. It'd give them more storage and more potential for water, but okay, I gotta get to work. Dad's out on the drill site drilling right now, and me and Mike came over here to pull this out. We got about an hour to get this done. All right, we got the new pump on, got the wire all done, shortened 20 feet, and you send a man to get women's stuff and you get the wrong stuff. But these are just knee highs, so I think they'll do the job. We're gonna slip them up from the bottom up and kind of pull it tight, and then tape it around the bottom and tape it around the top. That way we stretch it out enough to where it kind of opens up the weave. I've seen this done quite a few times when I pulled old systems out, and it actually seems to work okay. Hopefully it helps this job. And that's the end result. You can kind of still see through it. You got pretty good weave. This will help prevent any of the larger rocks from going in, and then whenever the pump kicks off, whatever has sucked to it will fall off of it. And we're also going to see if we can add this this pump sleeve here. But first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my electrical tape and tape all the way up, back and forth here, so this stays on nice and firm. Let's see what we did. We've got our tape back and forth a few times, and then I went right down here where the lip and the cap of the motor, I put about 3 or 4 wraps around it to where that'll keep that. If for some reason the pump sleeve won't go on it, this will help the bottom. As it goes down in the well, you don't want it to just come off. So let's see. All right, Mike, let's pick it up. Yeah, there's plenty of play in that. Watch your hand. Yep, slip her on in a little bit more. All right, let's see. How far is it? Okay, that's about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches. Not bad. Okay, I'll bump it up just a little bit. All right, now what we're gonna do, I've taken so many slices, these will bend in like so. We're gonna kind of collapse them in on themselves, run a bunch of tape over it, and kind of just tape is the only thing that's gonna hold this on. We used to put these on for probably a decade. I just got away from it because I just felt like it was unnecessary on every single job. Jobs like this one definitely needs it. Let's see what we did here. We kind of funneled it in. And then this is the stainless steel fitting right here. So that's your clamps and all that stuff. That's why I taped it heavy, because I don't want the PVC kind of eating into the wiring or anything like that. But once we tape it all solid, nothing will move. It'll all move together. All right. And that's essentially the final result. Use a lot of tape. I put a little bit of the Gorilla Tape. I kind of go against that, you know, duct tape in wells, but I put some long ways to attach to the pipe and then to this to try to keep it stationary. And it's just so thick and heavy duty. And then I went ahead and wrapped electrical tape over it to keep the water off of it. But she's nice and sealed up. The pump is going to suck water from the bottom of this sleeve up. And the idea is any sediment is supposed to pass by the end of it and just fall to the bottom of the hole. Well, I think after 30 years of doing that, the hole is probably filled in with 30 feet of sediment. So that's why I recommend them setting up on top of it and blowing it out, drilling it out, you know, drill a 4 1/4 or something like that. But definitely an oddball. Okay, Mike, let's go get the well seal and we'll put this thing in the hole. Yeah. There she is. And see, with it like that, it's going to kind of try to float. I haven't put one of these in a long time. We're going to go ahead and pump the well for a little while once we get it in and hooked up. And for everybody who tells me to use some unions, there you go. I'm going to use a union. All right, it's all hooked up. The homeowner's here, so we got her to turn it on. And right now we're waiting for it to shoot out. There it goes. Man, look at it. That is gross. It's actually better than what it was yesterday. I'll show you yesterday. I got like a little bit of stuff out and you can see what it looked like. I mean, it was coming out thick. I described it like it was coming out like a soft serve ice cream, making the pump pull 20 amps. I flicked the pressure switch on and off about 25 times trying to get it to cycle and get it to spin to get it to break free, and it just wouldn't do it. It would grind itself out for about 5 or 6 seconds and then kick off on a thermal overload. So I tried. All right, so now what we're gonna do, I wanna make sure that we get rid of any sediment in the system. I like to let it run completely out. I'm opening the contacts right now. Yep, see how much dirtier it got? All right. We're gonna let it run all the way to 0. Ooh. There it goes. Was it nasty real quick?
Oh,
yeah.
Most definitely. It looked like paint.
Yep, so all that's trapped in the tank. That's why I'm cycling it to 0 and I'm hitting it with a rush of water. So that rush of water helps kind of stir it up. And then if you just let it sit like that, it's not going to stir it up. We're going to hit it again. As soon as it gets clean, we're going to shut it off.
All right.
It's basically stacking clean water on top of the sediment trapped in the tank. And hit it again. Good Lord. I'm just going to keep doing it because all that is every time the pump kicks on, it's going to do that. And it's going to send it to the filter.
Yep.
So while I'm here, I can at least flush the system out as best as I can. That's crazy, isn't it? I'll show y'all what I'm doing. Opening the switch, you can hear the water pressure gets to 0, letting it contact, build up to about 15, and then open it again, let it get back to 0, hit it again. I'm just going to sit here and keep doing this until it runs clean without me manipulating it. Okay, so since I'm doing this, I said, well, maybe, maybe the tank's not self-cleaning. Let me check the tank. Tank right there, the nipple, when we drain it all the way to 0, it only had 17 PSI in it. It's supposed to be around 35 or 36. So there's not as much air in the tank to help keep it self-cleaning. This is it's a used tank. It's not one that we had did. I just used what was already here. But me and Mike are gonna go ahead now. We're gonna air it up to the proper air pressure. Hey dog, you getting you some fresh water? Okay, so as I air up the tank, you have to have 0 water pressure in the tank. So right now I've got the pressure switch manually open to where it's not running, and I'm adding air to it. I got a 40-60 switch, so I need to be a couple pounds below the on number, which was 40. So I'm gonna pump it up to 36 to 37 PSI. Dog, you're around. Don't you pee on it. I guess it is yours, huh? What? What? Boof. Boof. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, you're my big boy. You're so fat. Oh my God. You're like a superhero. Maybe you ate a superhero. I could ride you, huh? You're happy though. You're a happy dog. So I'm a happy dog. The battery powered air compressor is the best thing I've added to my service truck in a long time. Some of y'all recommended it because you always saw me using that quiet air compressor with the generator. This thing works for like months on one battery. And it's great at the go-kart track too. But I'm almost there. You just set it and forget it. Okay, so we got the air all aired up. Went ahead and shut off the garden hose that we've been flushing it out with. I let it build all the way up to 60. So now I'm gonna open it and let it flush all the way from 60 down to 0. So what that did, that helped kind of get the water all the way up in the bladder of the tank. Let's see what she looks like. She's still got some discoloration. It's amazing how it comes out for a split second clean, and then it comes out dirty, and then it comes out clean, then it comes out dirty. If it was always dirty, then that tells me the water's dirty. But the water's clean in intervals. So that's a good sign. That's a good sign that there is clean water down there. All right, I see you. You pushing on me? All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the lid again. How much pressure we got? We down? We're gonna hold it. We're gonna let, oh, there she goes. She dropped to 0. Let's see what she does now. It's still got it in that tank, man. There's a lot built up in there. That was better. It's not getting nowhere near as bad. No, that's good. I'm happy with that. Oh, a lot better than what it was. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Tighten that down. Go ahead and turn this off. Okay. Yeah, we're about to run into single-digit temperatures for about a week, and I felt so bad being that this is under warranty and they were out of water. I did not have the scheduling for this. So I called Dad. I said, I need you to help me drill a well. We're going to set casing, and then me and Mike are going to leave. Okay, I've already cut this on once. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and empty it out, because I think there was probably sediment in this, and I want to flush it out. Yeah, look at it. That was just for me opening the valve for 10 seconds. Let's see how much is built up in it. Yeah, it's got it. I rinsed this out like crazy amount yesterday. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna back flush the house. All right, that's actually clean, so I feel satisfied on that side. Let's go ahead and open this. All right, that's good. Yep, thank you, Mike. All right. I need one more hand, y'all. One more hand. I'm thinking about getting the meta glasses. That way I can film, because I got to wear glasses anyways. Right, let's let that fill up. It looks clean on camera, but It's not when you put it in that filter housing. So there is still some sediment, but nowhere near the level that it was. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. All right, I got tired of frustrating with that filter, so I put one of my elements in it and it went right in. Okay, let's turn this on. All right, that's better. I can still somewhat see through it. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, I assume it's probably filling the toilets in the house. Okay, good deal. All right, let's put this pump house back over it. Okie doke. There she is. She's back in her little hidey hole. Cool. No drips. Everything's back on. Pump's working. Good deal. Let's stuff it full. Stuff it full of insulation. Well, it's been a few hours. We're back in, and I want to test the end the video off here. But so typically with the new drill rods that we have, they're supposed to be more efficient, right? So we cut 225 today, and we typically cut 3 feet for every gallon of fuel. So 225 foot, divide that by 3, I think you get 75, right? So let's see how close to 75 we get on the fuel. It should be less because the new drill rods are supposed to be more efficient. So let's see what it turns out to be. All right, sweet, it kicked off. Let's go see what it is. Hot dog, 70.5. So it is more efficient. That's badass. I'll continue to mark it down to see what other wells are. I did a 165 and it was 2.5 gallons less. So seems to be pretty accurate.